Mr. Hegde, Professor Kripa Shankar, Mr. Rajesh Menon, Mr. Ashok Menon, and other distinguished dignitaries present in the audience. It's a wonderful experience to be amongst those who have fire of passion burning within them. So it is not only necessary to put out the fires, but it is essential to lit a fire of imagination in the individuals. So today's function is an attempt to do that. So Mr. Menon said he was wondering what a journalist has to do in this kind of program. But he is also keeping the fire of freedom of expression and thought burning in the country. Times of India is a great newspaper. It's a disseminator of great ideas, not only sharing news but also reflecting on the contemporary questions which are affecting the society, the polity, the economy, and the area of sports. So the credit goes to Fire and Security Association of India to bring us all together here. Fire and police, we are band of brothers, and both of us are first responders. When I was SP Andamans, in Andamans, the fire is also handled by the police department. So that was the first time when I had the opportunity to see the firemen from a close quarter. I've never seen them handling a situation with a tense mind. They were always calm, they were always cool. So that is what requires in a first responder. So today's attempt is not only to, project the work of the first responders, but at the same time disseminate awareness about safe and secure practices. Because in our country, we've seen that what we lack is safety culture. What we lack is culture of security. Because if you see Indian roads, every day there is a bloodbath on Indian roads. Our driving habits are very, very poor, and we do not wear helmets. So we are not even taking care of our own safety. Life is a precious gift of the God, but we sometimes fritter it away on our roads. Despite very, very stringent enforcement, we were able to find out that sometimes there is no connection between enforcement and safety. Why? Because last year we did humongous amount of enforcement, but still there were number of fatalities on the road. So that brings us to the idea that ultimately the practice of safety and security has to emerge from within, from the family, from the educational institution, from your workplace, and from the society at large. Unless we instill practice of security and safety, we will not be a safer nation, we will not be a secure nation. We've seen that sometimes people, they are not even able to, take care of their own homes. They keep the doors ajar, and sometimes, because theft is an offense of opportunity. So whenever somebody finds an opportunity, he will commit a theft. More particularly those who sometimes are, mentally sick, and they lack something in them, and they are easily tempted to commit theft. So it is we who have to take care of our security, our safety. When we are walking, we are not bothered about our safety. So when we are traveling, we are not bothered about our safety. So these kinds of programs, which the FSAI has taken the responsibility upon themselves, it is to bring all of us together and share our ideas on a common platform. So FSAI is doing a great job. They have number of chapters, they have large number of students as their members. So because it is always catch them young, which would bring a culture of safety and security. If we are able to instill in our youth a sense of safety and security, our nation would be a much safer place. Because that is the age where sometimes, like you have seen a message on Indian roads, message of safety by the law enforcement agency, that speed thrills but kills. So basically the youth gets a kind of kick when they are driving fast. The modern automobiles are very efficient, they run very fast, but sometimes the youth is not able to handle the speed. After all, it is a machine and you have to be able to control the machine, but sometimes it so happens that the machine overpowers the youth. That is the reason why they sometimes get killed on the roads. In fact, it pains our heart every day when I read a report. Early morning, I get a diary from my officers that so many people are injured or they are killed in the accident. It really gives you a very kind of sad feeling. So basically the road safety or any kind of safety is always a joint venture. No individual, no public authority can alone bring about a change. A change has to be brought by all of us, because after all, law is only an instrument. It will not apply on its own. Law is basically brought about by the representative of the people, but its implementation rests with the authority. But willing compliance is what matters. Because unless we willingly comply with the law, and then only we can bring about a culture of safety and security in the country. You might have seen sometimes, loose wires are hanging. So that means we are even not aware about electrical safety. That leads to sometimes fire, and fire destroys large amount of property. I remember a few months back, there was a big fire in Burjat Hills. It took almost 3-4 days for the firemen to put out that fire. So the entire factory was gutted in that fire. I don't know what was the extent of damage, but it really affects the economy. So prevention of fire, prevention of burglary, prevention of thefts is very important as far as we individuals are concerned. Public authorities do their job, but ultimately it is the citizen who has to come forward, who has to willingly comply, who has to willingly adopt the safe practices. And it is the endeavor of FSAI that they have brought the various domain experts together and disseminate the idea of safety and security. Although most of the members of these societies are retired, but they are still being active, shows that there is a fire of passion burning within them. They really want to contribute to the society. They don't feel fatigued, they don't feel defeated, so they still have the energy to bring about a change in the society. Change is what matters, and I would also appreciate them that they have not only dealt with the traditional areas of security and safety, but they have also brought on the platform modern technology, digital technology, whereas we have the digital dividend, but at the same time, this technology is also affecting our social lives. The technology is disturbing our mental peace also. Social media is increasingly being weaponized. The Honorable Supreme Court is on record. They have said that if not checked properly, it might bring about instability in the society. So the district SPs, the Supreme Court has made district SP responsible for dealing with the hate crime. Earlier you had to ring up somebody, you have to write a letter of hatred to somebody, but now with a single click, you can send the message to millions and millions of people. And you can't imagine how much hard work we are supposed to do at the back end to catch that man who has or who had spread the hatred in the society. Recently, there were a number of tweets and which tried to disturb the peace and tranquility of our beautiful and peaceful state of Goa, and it took almost 14 days for us to reach to that man. So whereas digital technology has brought innumerable advantages, but at the same time, it has really affected our lives, daily lives, and especially the weaponization of social media is what is worrying the country, what is worrying law enforcement, and what is worrying the information and technology department also. Although the intermediaries have been made responsible, but by the time we reach to the actual culprit, the damage is already done. There has been already a social divide among the people, and the most dangerous thing about the weaponization of social media is that by the time we are able to handle the problem, the damage is already done. And the society at large then start taking positions willy-nilly. They may or may not agree with the idea, but situation is sometimes brought to such a level that you take position on the subject and you join that bandwagon of trolling armies. So that is what is worrying the society, that is what is worrying. So digital awareness is also very important, and FSAI is doing a great job by bringing the subject on the agenda, digital disorder. So they have appropriately worded it digital disorder. So it has, while the technology was brought in to bring order in the society, order in the information flow, faster, accurate transmission of information, but what we are actually experiencing is that it has created a disorder in the society. Few years back, there was some kind of messages on social media which led to mass migration of people from southern states to eastern parts of the country, Assam, eastern UP, Odisha. So that had dislocated the, almost divided the country into north and south. So this is the power of digital disorder. This is the power of social media when it is used as a weapon. So we all present here have to take upon ourselves to ensure and to spread that we have to be responsible and responsive user of social media. It's a very, very, very powerful instrument in medicines, in education, and even in the politics. It is playing a very positive role, but at the same time, it is being used as a weapon as well. So I'm grateful to Mr. Manon and Mr. Hegre that they invited me here, gave me an opportunity to share my ideas with you and listen to the ideas of other domain experts. And I'm sure that this one-day event will go a long way in ensuring and instilling a culture of safety and security. And in case in future also they require the assistance of Goa Police, we are always there. And we have always been together in Goa so far as responding to emergencies is concerned. And Goa Fire Department has been doing a wonderful job. And I'm sure particularly what is heartening is that today one young girl was introduced here, and she has really broke the glass ceiling, because in firefighting it was basically a man's world, a man's domain, but with her many young girls would also be encouraged. And another wonderful experience today was to meet the young engineers who really did a wonderful and tremendous job in that great rescue operation. And all the 41 people, they were rescued. And it goes to the credit of our state that they have produced such engineers. And इनके अपने जो डायरेक्टर साहब भी, he has deeper connection with Goa. He said that since '92 he is associated with Goa. So it is really heartening that India has such a talent. This operation was watched worldwide. So it's a great success story that India has the expertise to deal with such disasters on their own. And with these words, I take leave and thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words of wisdom and words of caution. We will certainly try to instill the culture of safety in digital technology in our society. As a token of deep gratitude, I will now request Shree Ashok Menon ji to present our dynamic chief guest with a memento. Can we have a big round of applause? Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Requesting Dr. Hegde to kindly present a memento to our inspirational and humble guest of honor, Dr. M.S. Krupashankara, sir. Requesting Shri Anand Ramakrishnan to present a memento to our very special guest, Shri Rajesh Menon ji. Can we have a round of applause? Thank you so much, sir. It's time for vote of thanks, a word of gratitude from the Secretary, FSAI Goa Chapter, Shri Anand Ramakrishnan ji.
Good morning once again. I take this opportunity to thank Shree Jaspal Singh, IPS, Director General of Police Goa, for gracing this function in spite of his busy schedule. And I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Ashok Menon, National Secretary, FSAI, the former Director, Chief of Goa Emergency Services, and the mentor of FSAI Goa Chapter for always being with us and guiding us. And I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Krupashankara, Principal, Government Engineering College, who has been walking along with us for all our efforts and difficulties and good things. So thank you so much, sir. And I take this opportunity to thank Sri Rajesh Menon, Resident Editor, Times of India, for gracing this occasion. I also take this opportunity to thank the speakers, Mr. Mandrish Savarkar and Mr. Prasant Kumar Palani, for accepting our invitation and being over here to enhance our knowledge. And I take this opportunity to thank both of our sponsors, Orient Fire Curtains and VSN Technologies and Astral Pipes, for supporting us to be in the function. Thank you so much, sir. And I thank Sri Rajbir Singh, Head of Corporate Affairs, GMA Goa, for gracing the function and making us honor the firefighting staff. And we also thank Mr. Syriac Joseph, CEO, Squadron Infra, for all his efforts and his team efforts and giving us an opportunity to honor their team. And I thank the associations like ISHRE, ASHRE, Indian Plumbing Association, Public Work Departments Goa, GMR, and last but not the least, the Directorate of Fire and Emergency Services Goa. Thank you so much, sir. And I thank all the CWC members who are present over there, who have been a part of this journey for a long time, and all the FSAI members, and students and staff of all the colleges, engineering colleges, various engineering colleges, and especially the ICG staff who have been supporting us for all the requirements. And I thank Ms. Annapurna for taking forward this function, and the team who have been helping us, and all the attendees who have been there in spite of their busy schedule being there. And last but not the least, I thank Dr. Ganesh Hegde, being the pillar and post of the entire thing. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, Ramakrishnan sir. It was definitely enlightening inaugural session. And I take this opportunity to thank each and everyone present here for the patient listening. We will now break for tea and reassemble over here for the keynote addresses at 11:35. Thank you so much.